Hello everyone, this is the last video related to the Ducttapestuff beta contest. As I promised yesterday, this is a duct tape contest conclusion video. I'm just going to go over that the contest is now over and a few things that I've noticed throughout the contest during its about close to 4-week run, and some of the things I'm going to incorporate into the second, third, fourth contests that are eventually going to come up on the Ducttapestuff channel. So basically, we obviously, as I said yesterday, Duct Tape Brothers did win the contest. So here's the package. I'm going to be shipping this out today to him. So hopefully, maybe he'll make a video or something like that when he gets it, and you'll be able to see that he did get it. And I did ship something out to someone. So this is the package. It's going to be shipped out today. And pretty much the second part of this video, I'm going to go over all the things, like I said, the things that worked, the things that didn't work for the contest. So let's talk about those right now. Okay, so before we get into the pros and cons of the contest, I just want to say a big, huge thank you to all of you out there who either entered into the contest. We had 112 entries, as well as all the people who voted. Even if you didn't win any tiers or didn't win and didn't even enter into the contest, you still were a part of the biggest duct tape contest to ever be featured on YouTube. So that's to my knowledge, because I mean, 112 entries with that many people voting on it is a huge deal. So huge contest, and thank you very much for being a part of that and making the Ducttapestuff beta contest just that big. So without any further ado, let's go over some of the pros and cons of the contest during its near close to 4-week run. Okay, the first thing I want to talk about is the way I was answering questions and getting a lot of PMs. Now, I got a crazy amount of private messages throughout this contest. I actually got so many that my inbox actually broke. It actually shows that there's one new message always in there, even if there aren't any new messages at all, so it always says one. So that was one of the unfortunate casualties of the contest, but whatever. But basically, I was getting a lot of people who were asking questions throughout the channel and throughout the private messages and on the actual videos themselves about information that was covered sometimes several times in the contest update videos and the voting update videos. So I just want to put it out there, if you guys have questions, make sure you're paying attention to what the channel is putting out. Make sure you pay attention to those videos that I'm posting, because all the major things I try to put in the video. So if you're not watching the videos, you don't really know what's going on. I was telling all the people when voting was going to happen in those videos. So if you weren't watching the videos, then you wouldn't know when the voting was going to start, and you might have missed out. So make sure you watch the videos. That's the main way I'm able to communicate with the people on YouTube. So make sure you do watch those videos, and then you'll know what's going on. And if you do have a question, just PM me. That's what the private messages are there for. The voting seemed to work well. That was kind of a part of the contest I was trying to work in, because I wanted not me to vote, to choose a winner, but I wanted the entire YouTube audience to choose a winner instead. And that seemed to work out pretty well. A lot of people asking why the 100 votes were capped at, why it was capped at 100 votes, and because it didn't seem like a lot. And originally, I said it was going to be like 800 and all that stuff, but we eventually went to a whole bunch of polls of 100 if you were paying attention to the contest. The reason for that was because a lot of polling websites on the internet, and a lot of them obviously have plans, because if you're a business, you use their site for polling, but a lot of them offer free trial versions, and basically that's what I was using, the free trial version of SurveyMonkey. But obviously there is a limit to how much you can use, how much of the free trial version you can use, and basically that was capped at 100 votes, and a lot of them are capped at 100. I don't think I could find any that were above that. If I wanted over 100, I had to pay for the $200 a year version, and pretty much since this channel isn't really dedicated to contest, I didn't really want to pay $200 for something I was barely going to use every now and then. So basically I was probably going to stick with the free version for now. So if you guys got used to that, it's probably going to stick with that for the future, but there'll probably be a few minor adjustments to the way it's done and stuff like that. The number of entries, I'll be pretty honest with you, it was pretty overwhelming. I mean, 112 entries, I'm sure that's more than any other duct tape contest has pretty much ever gotten over the years on YouTube. For the upcoming contest, I'm probably going to put a smaller limit on the number of entries. So like, instead of being like just unlimited entries and then I started cutting it off towards like when it got to over 100, I'm probably going to put like a total number of entries at 20. So if you guys really want to get your wallet in, I'll post a video that there's a contest coming up and make sure you get your wallet in, and once those 20 spots fill up, the contest the contest entry portion is closed, and then that'll make the polls much easier to manage, because you'll have two polls of 10 and then one poll for these top 2 people instead of there being a whole bunch of them. It'll make the contest much smaller, but I'll be able to run more of them because they're much smaller. And I'll be honest with you, the Ducttapestuff channel isn't really based on contest, is really based on tutorials, so this is more like a sidebar thing that I'm trying to run here. It's not going to be the main thing of the channel. So those are a few things I'm going over so far. Another point that I was kind of getting, kind of a vibe I was getting from the people who were making comments and stuff like that, was the fact that the channel was focusing too much on the contest rather than its main purpose of posting tutorials. And I agree, that was pretty much true. I think I posted at least probably a dozen videos through update videos and stuff like that regarding the contest. But if you look closely, the tutorial schedule didn't really change at all. I still posted at least a tutorial a week, which was my normal schedule. So even though it looked like I was posting just countless contest videos, I was still focusing on those tutorial videos by sprinkling them in between. But like I said before, I won't be making a huge contest like this for a long time, so I won't be having a whole bunch of people submit, like over 100 people. I'll have only that 20, so there won't be a huge amount of contest update videos, huge amount of voting update videos, because there won't be just that many people. It won't require me to make so many of those videos. So if you guys thought that the channel was focusing too much on the contest, don't worry, because in the future there won't be as many videos focusing on the contest, and we'll be able to get back to mostly tutorials and stuff like that, and a few other things I'm trying to introduce into the channel. So if you thought I focused too much on that, don't worry, that's going to change in the future. I know a lot of people were asking about the restrictions that the contest had, like only being able to use 4 colors of duct tape, the 4 neon colors. Basically that was put into effect for a few reasons. Number one was because it was going to make the entries easier to judge, because you didn't have every color of the rainbow in there. But it was also to see if you guys could come up with a whole bunch of cool designs with using a limited amount of color. So it was really intended to spur your creativity and be able to find out how well you could work with duct tape with only using a certain select availability of colors. So that's pretty much why that was put into place. There won't be in the future contests, there won't be a whole bunch of restrictions like that. It'll be much more open. Like, for example, you won't be able to make just a bifold. You can make either a trifold or a bifold, or be able to use different colors. So that was just more or less just a springboard for this first contest. It won't be like that in the future. Let's see here. The fact that I was putting all the contest entries in the favorites was a good idea. I think worked out pretty well, because you were able to go right into my favorites and see all those entries. If you did submit an entry and I did favorite it, it's going to remain in there until the next contest starts. So it won't be removed from there until the next contest. So you guys don't have to worry about that being removed yet, if you were really excited about it staying in the favorites for a little while. The subscriber count. I noticed a few people who entered into the contest. We had about 3 or 4 people who entered into the contest who had a decent amount of subscribers, and just basically, obviously what happens is, subscribers like to vote for the people that they're supporting. So basically in the future I'm going to try to make it a little more fair by trying to incorporate a few extra things to make sure that people's subscriber bases don't come in and kind of overwhelm the votes. That did happen on a few of the polls, but it wasn't completely a washout overall. But in the future I'll make sure that it's a little more fair, and it is more of a popularity contest rather than an actual judge is seeing who's the best wallet is. Okay, let's see. Like I said, if you guys have any questions, just PM me, or if you guys have any comments on how, the ideas for contests in the future, just PM me. I try not to encourage you to post comments, just because I have almost over 130 videos up. I get a lot of comments per day, and it takes me a long time to sift through them if I'm able to do that at all. I'll be honest with you, I'm not able to answer and look at every single comment because there's just too many. But yeah, so I think that's pretty much everything for the Ducttapestuff contest, for the beta contest. There will be another contest coming fairly soon. I'll work out the bugs for that, and then I'll obviously post a video when that's getting ready to start. And once again, I just want to thank you guys very much for entering into the contest as well as voting. You made it the biggest duct tape stuff contest, biggest duct tape contest on YouTube as far as I know. And I'm sure that that record will stand for a long time. So even if you didn't win anything, you were still a part of the biggest duct tape contest. So take care. I'll see you guys next time on the channel. So have fun making stuff out of duct tape. Subscribe if you want to. Check out the Facebook fan page, the Duct Tape Stuff blog, and become a part of the Duct Tape Empire today. I'll see you next time. Take care.